Hi, Jose. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I didn't see. Let me check to see if there's any people registered for the class today.
Okay. Sure,
It
no problem.
wasn't an email blast, but the email blast was just a link to the meeting. But let me see our Eventbrite.
No problem.
Mhm. Okay, so it looks like I don't actually have anyone registered for today, so it would just be
Okay.
it would just be people joining via the link. So if you want to just give it like a couple minutes, otherwise I'm not sure.
Sure, yeah, we'll give it a couple of minutes, and if not, then we can, we have you scheduled for every month, right? Once a month?
Yeah, we do. We have
Okay.
it on there.
Okay, cool. If not, we'll hopefully next month we'll get some.
Yeah.
All right, good afternoon. Welcome to today's webinar training. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the features in the MLS. And today I want to go over how to create an automatic email notifications for yourself or for your clients. So if you want to get notified whenever there's like new listings or price changes or any major updates, and you want the MLS to automatically send you an email and notify you, we can go ahead and set that up for either yourselves or for your clients. So we'll take a look at that. And let's go ahead and share my screen really quick here. Okay. All right, so I am here at the MLS, already logged in. And so if you want to go ahead and set up your clients with automatic notifications, or if you want to set yourself up and be notified whenever there's any updates, it's very simple. It's not too hard. You just have to run the search and put in the criteria and save that search and turn on automatic emails. So let's go ahead and run a search. I'm going to go ahead and simply run a single family search, but this works for any property type that you want to run a search for and be notified. You can do the condos, income, leases, whatever type of property that you are interested in looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and do single family, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and access the single family search page. And I'm going to go ahead and add my criteria. Maybe I have a client that I want to set up with automatic emails. So I can go ahead and put in whatever search parameters that the client is interested in. So maybe the client is looking for some active listings. So I'm going to go ahead and check my status here. We'll also take a look at some coming soons. Maybe we want to see listings that are going to be soon in the market in the area that we're interested in looking. Then I can go ahead and if I want to put in a price range. So let's just say my client is interested in looking at a specific price range. Let's say we have a client that's looking to buy something between, let's just say 1 million to we'll say 2 million. So I'll go ahead and put in my price range there, depending on the types of prices that I'm looking at. Then we can put in an MLS area, or I could put in a city or a zip code, depending on where we're looking at. And so if I'm looking in an area, let's just say, for example, I am looking in the Santa Monica area, for example. So I can put in the area number there or the area name, and I can put in multiple areas. Perhaps they're also interested in looking in the Pacific Palisades areas. Okay, so we could put in multiple areas depending on which areas the client is interested in looking in. Okay, so it looks like my price range is probably too little, maybe, or let's maybe change it to 800,000. Maybe there's not that many that start at 1 million. So let's see if we change the price around so that we can get some listings come up. All right, so I'm not getting anything. Let's go ahead and maybe put the price up a little bit more. All right, there we are. So, okay, so we go ahead and put in our criteria, we put in our price, we put in the areas that our clients might be interested in. All right, I can continue adding more criteria. Maybe my client is looking at anything with 3 bedrooms at least and at least 2 bathrooms. So we can put in all the rest of the criteria there. If they're looking for properties with a pool, or maybe they're looking at a specific view. Maybe they want ocean view. They want to face the ocean, or whatever search criteria or parameters that our clients are looking to buy. So we can go ahead and just go down and enter all the rest of the criteria. Let's say maybe they're looking at exterior features. Maybe they want pool. We can say yes, they want a pool included, or if it doesn't really matter, or like I said, depending on all the different search criteria that our clients are being specific about, we can go ahead and enter our search criteria. So once we have all the search criteria entered in our search, all we have to do is to turn on automatic email notifications. So whenever there's listings, new listings, or any updates on the listings that get sent out, the system will automatically email those listings to your client or to yourself. And all the listings that come up automatically will show up will have to match our criteria. Okay, so if there's a listing that is uh, in the area, but it's probably 3.1 million, and so it doesn't match our criteria, so that listing will not be sent out. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that when you're setting up a automatic email notification, all the new listings that get sent out will have to match your criteria. So it has to be in the areas that you enter, within the price range you enter, and whatever extra attributes and parameters you enter. Okay, so once you are done filling out the search criteria, what we're going to do is we're going to click on Save Search. Here on the top left side, we have a button that says Save Search. So I'm going to press Save Search, and I'm going to fill out all this information. So the first thing I want to do is I want to name this search. So basically, you want to go ahead and give it a title or a name. So let's say that my client's name is Tommy Jones, right? And I'm saving this search for Tommy. So I can give it a name, and I can say, like West Coast area. We'll say West Coast search for Tommy. You can name it after the area, or whatever you want to name it. You could just put the client's name if you want, but you want to name that search. So that way you know what you're looking for when, if you want to come back and view this search, you know what search you're looking for. You have two options right below the search name. You have email current results. If I check this box, and once I'm done filling this out and I hit save, checking this box allows to email whatever is currently available at the moment you're running the search. So at this moment, I did get 6 listings. So checking this box will send those 6 listings right away after I hit save. Okay, so that's what email current results means. It's going to email the current results as soon as I hit save at the bottom when I'm done here. Allow public open houses. This will email or include any open houses that are in the area. So in area 14 and 15 for Santa Monica and Pacific Palisades, any open houses that are available to the public. Okay, so any public open houses will be sent to the client as well. The next step down is email subject. So this is where we're going to let our clients know what is the email about. So every time they get an email notification, the subject will let them know what that email is about. So we can say something like homes in Santa Monica, for example, and Pacific Palisades. So whenever they get an email, they're being told what the email is about. The next step down is save search for. So now this is where you're going to select if you're saving the search for your client or for yourself. So you see here we have the self option. So this would be if I'm saving this search for myself and I want to be notified me, or to go to myself instead of going directly to the client. If I want to go ahead and save it for my clients, then I leave contact selected and I will enter the client's email right here. Okay, so if I hit self, okay, then I don't need to put in my email because my email is already in the system. And so all I have to do is enable notifications so that I can be alerted automatically whenever there's new listings or any updates. But in this case, I do want to save it for my clients, so I'll select contact and I'll go ahead and put in my client's email here. So I'm just gonna come up with an email here for Tommy Jones at mailinator.com. Okay, so I go ahead and enter my client's email. And if I like to, I can go ahead and put in his name as well, if I want to include that in my contacts. Next step down is the enable notification option. So this allows to turn on or enable automatic notifications. So once again, what's going to be sent automatically to the client is anytime there's a new listing matching our criteria, or if an email or a listing was emailed to the client and that listing had a price change, for example, then that price change will be emailed to the client as well, and letting them know that a listing that was previously emailed has had a status change or price change or any major change. They'll be notified. So I go ahead and enable notifications. Once I click on enable notification, I have an option to send myself a copy. When I check this box, send me a copy, as an agent, I will get agent detail report where I'll be able to see the listing agent and commission and agent remarks and any information that's only to be seen by agents. Now, the client automatically gets client detail. So there's no need to worry that because you got agent detail, the client's going to get agent detail. That's not it. The client will automatically get client details, so they'll never see listing agents information or any remarks that are for agents or commission or anything like that. They'll automatically get client detail. Okay, so you as an agent, if you get a copy, you will get agent detail. The client gets client detail. Right below that, we have available for reverse prospecting. So what this is, when it's enabled and it's on, when other agents have a listing and their listing matches your safe search, your criteria, that agent can email you their listing and let you know that they have a listing that matches your criteria. Okay, so you can turn this on if you don't want to be emailed the listings by other agents. Since you're already going to get automatically copy anyways, you don't need to have that enabled. But sometimes, agents might have something that might be maybe a little bit price higher, or maybe an extra bedroom or something like that, and it matches a little bit of your safe search. You can have them send you their listings if you wish to have that enabled. So you can have that on or off. And then below that, we have notification subscribers. So this section is where we can enter more emails. So you see my main subscriber, my main client here on the top. His email is already added under notification subscribers. But sometimes, the spouse or partner or their, friends or best friends or, parents, sisters, brothers might want to get a copy of the notifications. So you can also add more emails. You can add under the to field or CC, or if you want to blind copy somebody as well, you can BCC them. So you can add more emails here. Sometimes you might be working with a partner or an assistant and you want them to be alerted as well. You can add them as well in here. So you can add multiple emails under the notification subscribers as well. Now, keep in mind, since you did check send me a copy, you don't need to add your email here. Again, your email is already in our system, so we send it to whatever email we have in your record here. All right, then the last step is the schedule. You can have this set up to ASAP. So when a new listing or any updates or changes, you want them to email them right away, you can select ASAP, which is by default already selected. So as soon as there's like a new listing, for example, it will be emailed right away. Or if you don't want to be bombarding your clients with so many emails throughout the day, you can also select to just send it either every morning at 5:30 every day, or every evening at 5:30 p.m. every day, or you can say both. Send the first email in the morning, and if throughout the day there's any updates, go ahead and send those updates in the evening. Now, the only I would say negative thing about these scheduled time instead of ASAP is that if there is a new listing, let's just say it was added in the morning at 8 in the morning, and if you select 5:30, you're gonna miss that listing, okay? And then maybe that same listing had a price change, maybe a few hours later at let's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, for example, it had a price change. So there's two updates that your client or yourself might miss if it's not set to ASAP. And that means that till next morning at 5:30 a.m., they'll get those updates and it'll come up twice because there was a new listing and a price change. And sometimes, listings might go off market within the same day and they might miss that, an opportunity to at least submit a request or take a look at that listing. So uh, after you select the time, you can select the days if you want to send it every day or every other day, or just Monday through Fridays, or you can go ahead and select which days you want to send the email notifications. So once we set this up and we're entered all the information, all we have to do is just click on save, and that's it. We've set up a automatic email notifications for our client here, Tommy, or for yourself if you selected self. Now, there are times when your clients uh, perhaps purchased a home or they no longer wish to receive email updates or notifications. So now let's take a look how we can manage our saved searches. Sometimes even our clients might say, hey, can you add an area, or can you change the price, or make some updates or changes to the saved search. So you want to manage all your saved searches. And so to manage your saved searches, we're going to go to the search menu on the top, and we're going to go to the search management tool. Okay, so the search menu on the top, and we click on search management tool. What this does is going to load all of our saved searches, and the most recent search that you created will show up at the top. So you see the very first one is the one that I just created right now, West Coast search for Tommy. But here you can see all your saved searches, all the searches that you've done, that you've saved, whether you enable notifications or not. So now to turn off or on notifications is very simple now. It's just a switch away, a little click under notifications. So let's just say, for example, Tommy tells me, hey, Jose, I'm going on vacation and I don't want to be notified while I'm away. Or maybe the client's already bought a home. Tommy already purchased a home and no longer needs to be notified. So to turn it off, all is simple. Just click on that switch and it'll switch off the automatic notifications. Very simple. If you need to turn it back on, okay, maybe like I said, maybe they went on vacation and they're back from their vacation and Tommy says, okay, now I'm ready to get notified. We can just simply go back in here, turn it back on. Okay, when we check on that, when we click on that, it's just going to ask us if everything is still the same. Okay, and then we just hit save and it'll turn it back on and enable notifications. Now, let's say that you need to add an email. Maybe you forgot to include a spouse or their partner or whoever wishes what you want to include in the notifications, and you forgot to add the email. Very simple. We just go ahead and select the search that we want to work on. So here on the left side, I'll check the box to select the search that I wish to add an email. And once we select the search, these menu options here on the left side will turn on or enable, and I'll be able to use these. So you can see here, there's multiple different options here. We have the rename if we wish to rename the name of the search. So instead of saying West Coast search for Tommy, maybe I want to say Santa Monica area search or anything like that. We can rename it. Notifications, and this is where we want to go into and add emails. So I check the box, I'll hit notifications, and this brings back that little window where we can add emails. So maybe I can say, Tommy's wife at melanator.com. Okay, so I can add another email. So once I add the email, I'm going to press enter on my keyboard to add the email. I can continue adding more, Or maybe the client also tells me, you know what, send me uh, updates just Monday through Friday, or Monday through Saturday or something like that, or we want to change the alerts, we can do so. Once we get the emails or make any changes to our notifications, then we hit save to update, and that will go ahead and add the extra email or change the notification schedule. Okay, so once again, we just check the box and we hit notifications right here above the searches on the left. The duplicate option, what that does, it creates another safe search and it copies exactly the same criteria. So maybe Tommy's wife or parents or whoever wants to get their own notification. Okay, instead of getting copied, they want their own email, the listings to be emailed to them directly. So then we can go ahead and duplicate this search and create another search for the wife or whoever who wants to get, or another client that might be very exactly the same criteria, that we can duplicate that. If we delete the search, this will stop sending automatic notifications and it'll just completely remove and delete that search. Under the more option, this little menu here, we have update all changes. So what this does, it's going to update and run the search. It's going to run the search and update the total listings for all the searches that you've selected. So if I want to go ahead and update these 3 searches here, okay, so I can go ahead and select them, press more and hit update changes. So take a look at the total. Okay, so Kevin SM search has 12. Kevin search in 91316 area has 12 as well. So if I hit update all changes, and if there's any updates, it looks like there's no updates. So this will then change. And if there's like any new listings or any updates, then this will had changed if there was any. In this case, there's no updates for these searches. So, okay. So you can update the changes. You can remove prospect information. So what this does, it'll remove the client's emails and contact information. So it'll remove prospect information. Mark as viewed. What this does is going to mark the listings as viewed. So you see there is a column, new activity since last viewed. And so that way we can see that we've already seen these listings, these results that came up for each of these searches. Renew auto notification. So the days to expire or auto notifications, it's for 180 days. After 180 days, those searches will expire and stop sending automatic emails. So sometimes, when the searches run down to 5 days or 1 day left or it expires, and you want to continue sending automatic notifications, then we can just go ahead and click on renew auto notifications. So I'll go ahead and click on that. Now hit update, and you see right here that these 2 for Kevin have renewed and continue for another 180 days. The other options right here we have is the reverse prospecting on or off. So remember, we turned off reverse prospecting, meaning that listing agents can email me their listings. So we can turn it on or off from here as well. Now let's say Tommy, all right, Tommy here tells me, hey, can you change my search? Can you add an area, or can you change the price, or we want to make some changes? All you have to do is click on the name of the search here on the left side. We go ahead and click on the search name. That's going to load the criteria, and it's also going to run the search. So you see, it'll tells me how many current listings there are matching my criteria. Now, if I want to make some changes, right? Let's say Tommy wants to include another area. Let's add Marina del Rey. So I can type in more areas. Okay, we'll say Playa Vista as well. Oops. We'll say Playa Vista. We'll say Playa del Rey as well. Okay, so we can go ahead and, maybe add more areas or change the price. Maybe Tommy says, let's put it up a little bit, maybe up to 3.2 or something like that. We can change the price. And maybe this time he says, all right, let's add the view. I definitely want an ocean view. So we go down and I'm going to look for, I believe it's under structure info. And we're looking for view. I want yes with a view. And we want ocean view. So I'm going to put in view details and I'm going to search in there for ocean view. So I'm going to scroll down here, ocean, and select ocean there. All right. So now we got, whatever criteria he wanted us to include in his search. So once we have all the changes and updates, we'll go back and just save the search here on the top left. Just click save search. And if there's anything else that I need to change, maybe I can say here, homes with ocean view. For the new subject, his emails are still the same. And I'll change this to ocean view search for Tommy. All right. And maybe I don't want to get copies anymore. Okay. So I can just uncheck that and add more emails or whatever needs to be done here. And we hit save once we make those changes. And now from now on, the listings that get sent out will be according to our new criteria. Okay, so that is our how we set up an automatic email notification. You can also do like a map search instead of doing areas, and you can be very specific to the areas that you want. You can draw a shape on the map and set up like an automatic notification for that. So let's go ahead and try that. Now I'm going to go back home. This time I'm going to do a map search. So I'll show you how to do a quick map search here. This time we're going to look for condos, and I'm going to go on the map, and we're going to draw the shape that we want instead of entering the areas under the name of areas, right? Let's say maybe this time Tommy is also including maybe looking for some condos in the South Bay area, also Gundor, Manhattan Beach area there. So I'm going to zoom in here. And I'm going to load that area. And so I'm going to draw a shape now. And I want to have this little area here south of the 105 next to in El Segundo area here, and also Manhattan Beach here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw two separate shapes. So I'm going to click on draw, and I'm going to use the polygon option. Okay, so click draw polygon. Now I'm going to go on the map. And I'm going to start drawing my shapes. I'm going to start off here, and I'm going to go here all the way to Sepulveda Boulevard. Click there once. Now I'm going to go south to El Segundo Boulevard. Click there. Now I'm going to go west. And I'm going to go around. And I'm going to click on where I started to end that shape. Okay, I'm gonna move these around here. So I just drag the lines so that I can reshape or edit my shape. Now I'm gonna do another polygon shape, and I'm gonna do here on Manhattan. So I'm gonna go down here to Rosecrans, go to Sepulveda there, and I'm gonna go down here a little bit just before Hermosa Beach. And click there, and I'm going to click where I started to end my shape. So now I have two different areas, two different shapes. So now I can go ahead and put in my criteria and be specific as to what I am looking for in these areas. So I'm looking for actives, maybe some coming soon listings in that area. And maybe he tells me for condos, a max price range, we'll say 3 million again. Okay, and I'm going to leave the minimum open because I want anything up to 3 million. And then we can, since I already have a shape on the map, I'm not going to put areas of interest. I already have the areas drawn on the map. So now I can continue and just putting all the criteria that I want here. And of course, maybe we want ocean view or whatever criteria you want. Right now, once I have all the search criteria, once again, we'll just go through the same process as earlier. We'll just click on save search, put in all the information there, hit save, and then we can say set up. So I could say, like, I don't know, South Bay area for Tommy. And I'm going to email current results. And I can put here, I'll just put the same thing, South Bay Homes. Put his email. Since already part of my contacts, I don't have to type his all email. I can just select from the result below, and it'll automatically fill out for me since I already created another search and added his contact information. And then, of course, we enable notification. We want a copy. If we want Tommy's wife email there, we can go ahead and put in the email. And then we can go ahead and set up the schedule and hit save. And now they'll get notified based on listings or properties inside this save search area maps there. Okay, so that is basically how we can set up an automatic email notification based on either a map search, or we just fill out the criteria on the left with the areas, and we can manage them by going once again under the search menu, and we can go to clients, search management tool, and this is where we can go ahead and manage our saved searches. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up for any questions. All right, so if there are no questions for today, just a reminder that our help desk is available to answer any questions that you guys may have in regards to setting up a automatic email notification or managing your saved searches as well. So if nothing else, then that pretty much sums it up for me for today. And we'll hopefully see you on our next training.